Take 3, trying to record this video or being live. So I'm Kari the Mortician with an itchy neck, and my silly sound is just not wanting to work. So we'll see if it works this go round, and we can maybe have a little chat for a few minutes. Yay for sound. It's my computer. It is technology. So I need somebody to come and be my IT person even more. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer, but welcome. We are here. So just wanted to check in with you guys a little bit. It's been a bonkers last few months of going to NFDA, the National Field Directors Association Convention in Vegas. I did some live videos from there. You guys liked seeing kind of that behind the scenes, which was really fun to get to share and do. Made videoing super easy, just being able to go live. Another big thing we got coming up, which is awesome, is that YouTube now allows us to do these lives where I have somebody else on the video as well. And that is awesome. So last week we saw Katie from Return Home, and she showed us all about human composting, which is amazing. Such a great process, going to be legal everywhere in the next couple of years. And so it's really good to know your options, know what's available, know what's out there. This week, tonight, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'll be chatting with Casey, who is a death doula. You guys have asked a lot of questions about death doulas. So tonight is when you can get your questions answered. We'll be chatting for about an hour, talking about her business, how she got into it, what death doula really means, answering all those questions you have, and hoping to do at least 1 or 2 of those a month where I bring in somebody that we talk to and you can ask them questions on our live chat, and hopefully kind of just grow and broaden all of our knowledge base when it comes to all these areas, which is super fun. Super soon, we're going to be coming out. We're recording the 6 Feet Under Exhumed. We got these awesome stickers for it. Faith and I are recording this series. It is a rewatcher series. So there'll be about 70 episodes because we are rewatching 6 Feet Under, and each episode will be a episode for the channel. And so it's a rewatcher series. It's been really fun to start watching that again, but I want to get a bulk of episodes because I hate to drop a few episodes and then there be a huge break and you're waiting for the next one. So we want to make it so it keeps coming. Bob, what 2 types of services do you wear white for? I updated it. You didn't check it out. So I only wear white usually for 2 types of services, Hindu and a Sikh. They wear white for their services to honor and show respect for the deceased. That's kind of the color they wear for the most part. And so I will wear my white blouse under my black suit for that occasion only. I am a color person, so I typically will wear a colored blouse of some kind under a gray or black suit, sometimes a blue suit. All depends on where I'm working and what their dress code is. So what kind of color suits do you guys like to see people in? Does it matter? What if I was wearing a dress and not actually a jacket and a suit? What would you think of that? I think dress code has become a big question and a big thing that has changed within the funeral business in the last 5 years or so. You've got a little more contemporary, kind of more casual funeral homes where they wear a little more casual clothing, not so much the business suit. And then you have places that are still very traditional. You're wearing a suit every single day, ties for men, ascots even, or scarves for women to match the ties. I don't know. What do you guys think of all that? What would you think if you went in to make funeral arrangements and the person was wearing a dress, not a suit, or khakis and a polo and not a suit? Would you be more comfortable, less comfortable? How would you feel about that? Yeah, so thank you guys for coming back on, giving me 3 chances. Whew, my computer lately, I'm telling you, start it. It is rough. Had a couple questions, wanted to dive in and answer. for you as well, that some people had sent me. So when I do my coffee with Kari, you're welcome to send questions ahead of time, to jump in with questions while we're chatting like this, and then kind of go from there. So I'm going to answer a couple questions and then get back to kind of what's been going on. I have questions. I'm a state certified EMT. While on a suicide hanging call, I was asked by the coroner to help take the body down. He'd been hanging there for some time. He had some spit bubbles at his mouth. It had dried. Would that bubble occur because of the hanging itself? Was it the purge? All right, that's hard to read. So it sounds like there's some just spit bubbles and air bubbles around the person's mouth that was hanging. Bodies can purge in different ways, depending how long they're there. You get spit mixed with any air that might have been left in the person. So yeah, things can occur. I'm not a medical examiner, so I can't speak to everything that occurs during the death. With a body that's decomposing, we can talk all day long. Of course, I don't know everything, but can put in more of, thoughts and stuff. But when it comes to that, there's so many reasons why people have so many different things going on with them. This one is very long. I'm going to have to read that over and pull the questions out of it. Very long questions. So yeah, and with these live videos that I've got coming up, if you have any topics you may want to hear about from any people, if you have someone you'd like to be a guest on, to interview them live so you guys can watch that live interview and ask questions, let me know. I'd love to know who you guys want to hear from. And I get so excited to get to chat with these people and learn from them. So you'd be surprised that I probably get much more out of these scenarios than you guys probably do even. So it's super exciting to get to do those things and interview people. Let's see. Does every embalmer aspirate right after the arterial embalming, or do some wait, and why? Some do wait, and you will talk to people who will give you every reason they believe that you should do it right away, or every reason you believe you should wait. It is really personal choice. I don't know if anybody knows the specific right answer. I think it's whatever works best for you and what works best for that body. Some of the theory behind it is you inject and you don't want to disrupt that circulatory system by aspirating, because you're breaking up vessels inside the cavity, inside the abdomen and the chest if you're aspirating. So that means you could possibly disrupt where that fluid is in the body and from it doing its work. Some people think, why would you leave bacteria in the abdomen to decompose and to damage that body any further? Get it out right away. So there's different thoughts, different reasons, different ways that people do it. Not saying one is better than the other. Hey, Kari, I haven't been on here that long because I just lost my daughter. She was hit by a drunk driver. I'm so sorry, Carol. Wish I'd give you a big hug. That's so sad. I miss beer with the boys. Yeah, we need to do some beer with the boys. The boys have all been off kind of doing a lot of their own things, getting stuff situated, but I need to give the rally call and get them all back so that we can have some conversation and do some more. I'm going to bring back the victims of crime here soon. And I think I'm going to bring in some different hosts and bring in some other embalmers to also chat about it. Nothing against my guys, but yeah, I think I've gotten some requests like, can we have some female embalmers? Can we have some, variety of races and ages and everything? So I hear you, and I'm going to rally and bring some other people in to have some of those discussions and bring some of those back as well. So yeah, it's been, so we went NFDA to Vegas, and then I went to St. Louis for a death over dinner event, and went to Jefferson Barracks cemetery while there. And then right after that, went to New York to do a continuing ed presentation for New York funeral directors. John Hill was there, John T. Hill, that you guys know from some of my videos. And so him and I got hot dogs down at Coney Island and got to do a little bit of the city for a hot minute while we were there. But I was there less than 36 hours and two nights. So that means a lot of that was just sleeping and presenting and eating a hot dog and then going back to sleep. So that's about what my trip to New York was. Definitely need to go back. Could you potentially prop a body in a corner and then stand up while they have rigor mortis? More than likely not. I mean, you could try. It depends on how the rigor sets in and if it does set in even sometimes. Is there a lot of infighting between different funeral homes? Depends. If you create competition and get fighting with each other, you don't benefit your community at all. You get to the point where sometimes you lose people in the community and you need support from the other funeral directors. You need to support each other in ways. So yes, it gets competitive in terms of pricing and trying to get calls, but I don't think fighting between each other, except there are some people that I know have done some really just underhanded calling families the other funeral home is serving and trying to take their calls, giving out bad information, giving out pricing just to compete with the other funeral homes. The FTC regulated the pricing thing. So you can't just quote a number to try and get a call or to keep a call. If your neighbor down the road is doing that to try and take your business, that's what the FTC was regulating for, the Federal Trade Commission. And they said that everyone has to give a price list up front, so it's fair across the board. But people get scared when it comes to business, especially funeral business, because we rely on paying our bills by people who die, families giving us calls and choosing us. So sometimes people get scared they're going to pay the bills or they're going to get the calls that they need to get. So they do some things that are not on the up and up. Yeah, Christine, we need to bring that back. I have a list of some crimes to cover. And so I need to do that. Get those recorded. I noticed our upper body looked squared in the casket. Why is that? I've never seen that before. My uncle's wife, I'm not quite sure what you mean by squared. I mean, we want to square up a body in a casket so they're in the middle and they're where they need to be. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Todd Van Beck died very suddenly. Has that been 3 months ago now? So yeah, the Ick Factor channel, we got busy with life. Unfortunately, it was all good intention. And at the end of the day, we both get done working all day. And then we're like, all right, do you want to record a video? And we'd rather spend time with each other and cultivating our relationship than trying to build another channel. Right now, it just didn't seem very practical. So it was all good intentions. We may cycle back to it here at some point, hopefully. But for right now, we don't have much that we're posting over there. So we've got to get a good balance back and figure things out. Josh was kind of in transition there with settling into his new job. And so now that we're kind of in a groove, we're going to get back into some things. Like her body was molded to be square. From her waist up to her shoulders looked rectangular, like it was completely square. It's just positioning, I would guess. She may have had plastics on, which created more of a rigid line around the sides. Have you done your work with Lynch Funeral Home? I have not. Nope. I've met them, but I have not. Do some more reactions to videos that have funeral scenes. We need to. We'll watch something like Schitt's Creek has 2 different funeral scenes where the girl that works at the hotel's aunt dies, and then sorry, I have a sneeze going on. Goodness. And I got a squeaky chair. And then when Moira and goes to a funeral and they sing "Oh Danny Boy" or something. So we watch these and we see these funeral scenes and I record them and then I don't do anything with them. But yeah, those are kind of fun to watch. So I don't know who Victor Sweeney is. I do not know who that is. I would have to look up who that is, I guess. But my challenge to myself is I'm going to post one short or one reel a day for this month of November. So welcome to November. It is November 1st, which is crazy. Halloween was last night. Ate a piece of candy with my morning coffee, ate from the kids. It was snowing here for Halloween. It's better than rain though. I'd rather it snow than have rain so you're not quite as wet when you're walking around. And oh, the Wired interviews with a funeral director. I'll have to look it up. I'm not quite familiar with that. Yeah, Schitt's Creek is just unbelievably the best show. Like it's such a great, phenomenal show. Josh was head over heels. He had never seen it, and so we rewatched it so he could watch it. And we were obsessed. Even the that second go around watching it. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. This week is Josh's birthday week. He doesn't ever want much fanfare for his birthday, but I'm a big birthday celebrator person. So super excited to celebrate his birthday this weekend, his birthday Saturday, and just to get to, I don't know, celebrate him. It's fun to do and do it as a family and yeah, have some special dinner and cake and whatever. But it's always just fun to do that. So what else got going? Yeah, I'm in between my semesters at school. So teaching again, headed into, I think this is the 4th semester. I'm teaching for Fine Mortuary College, which is based in Boston. I need to go to Boston this next year and visit. So was listening to Morbid podcast, which I'm just stupid obsessed with Morbid. And they're Massachusetts girls. And so they talk about Boston and I'm like, man, I want to go back there because there's the oldest pub in the country is in Boston, I believe. And so I would like to go there because I did not go there the one time I was there. I would like to go back and visit it because I think that would be fun. So yeah, maybe Boston. Watch out. I might be coming next year for a little visit and we can schedule some kind of a meet and greet somewhere there. We'll have to see if there's a cemetery tour we can do as a meet and greet or some kind of a fun crematory or something. We'll find if you guys have ideas of fun things to do in Boston for a meet and greet, let me know. I don't know when I'm coming, but we'll have to figure that out. That'll be fun to do. Are there a lot of Batesville dealers in Michigan? I'm not sure who handles what caskets anymore. People are bouncing between casket companies a little bit because some of them came out with huge surcharges when gas prices went up a little bit. They put huge surcharges on the casket. So whether you got a, simple $400 casket or whether you got a copper casket delivered, they were charging this surcharge on every single casket, the same amount, whether they delivered 1 or 10 to your location, every casket had this charge on it, which got to be a bit ridiculous over time. And so they switched companies and just things were happening, just like within every industry, these increase in surcharges and fuel charges and things that people are charging affect everybody. So when you come into the funeral home and say, wow, why is that so much? Go do anything right now and not spend $1 billion doing it. Buying food, going anywhere out to eat, going to any doctor or anything, everything's gone up exponentially. And looking at new mugs to get. To order new mugs to sell is almost double, if not almost triple the price to get the mugs, which means there's no revenue in it really for me at all, which is not the reason I do mugs and stuff. It's just fun to do the mugs, but making $1 or $2 per mug obviously is a little more helpful for the time that goes into packaging and doing that. But I just haven't pulled the trigger on ordering the mugs yet, but at some point, we'll get new mugs. Some point. So, oh, well, thank you. Just wanted to check in for a hot minute and say hello. What kind of surcharges? Like $150 a casket, like mileage, like gas fees, all sorts of things. Just a lot of money. And somebody's got to pay for that. It's a lot of money for a funeral home to eat per casket. Everybody thinks people are marking things up a lot. Some funeral homes don't mark up the caskets at all. Some do 2 times the price. So if a casket's $700 wholesale, they'll retail at $1,400 or $1,395. So it doesn't mean that, we're making tons and tons of money off caskets, especially when we're only selling caskets for half the calls now. But yeah, it's this, there, and the other. So that smells of the farm. Hey, Three Souls. Hey, guys. I just actually read an email that I had from you on your hunts that you were doing over this year earlier. So hello, Joshua M. How is everything going with you and schooling and stuff? Yep, it's called inflation. It's just what it is. It sucks. Trying to think what else. If I had any other little things going. Yeah. Not really. Got the coolest. This company, More Track, was at the NFDA convention and they sent me a little gift, which was amazing. They sent me 2 knives from Cutco. Cutco's a knife company, and one of them was engraved and it said, ooh, I'm not going to misquote, to the future of prosperity or abundance or something, Kari the Mortician. So like it was a knife engraved with my name on it. It's very cool. So More Track. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool to get. So I always feel super blessed if I get things. Had a company send me some bracelets that the girls have that are super excited about those. That's just sweet. It's sweet to get those things. So, well, thank you guys. Please join tonight, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. I will be interviewing Casey, who is a death doula. I believe her YouTube is Death Doula Casey. The video is there, scheduled in, that you can just click on it and then join later when we go live. So join us at 5:30 for that conversation tonight. But thank you guys for everything and see you soon. Bye.